maybe next year.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, I see you have a background, Sasha,
Yeah. Does it
and
look
it's
familiar?
backward.
It's backwards?
Yeah, so funny. I cannot see the numbers.
It's just a setting in Zoom. You have to go into Zoom settings and tell it to do the inverse. It's a menu item in Zoom.
Interesting. It looks
Interesting, right?
correct to me. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's backwards to us.
got it. Okay. Huh. Let me fix that. Thanks for letting me know.
Oh yeah, simple setting. That's all.
Thank you for jumping on, guys. One sec. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Sophie. Hi,
Yeah,
Paul, Sasha, Brendan. Hi, everyone.
you guys hear me okay? Okay. Oh. So Bob told me that he has a lot of consulting work to do. Could make it today. But anything news with you, Paul?
I was on office hours yesterday and I was using this Shure microphone and I was using so many resources in the Zoom meeting on office hours yesterday that my PC just shut down. And then so I had to reboot to get back in the Zoom meeting. And then I used this microphone instead of the Shure mics, and so that was kind of exciting, a little excitement. And it was a production, it was a show with about 90 people watching, so I had to try to recover pretty quickly. And on the real estate front, which is primarily what we talk about here, I just am kind of just cruising along with the property in Central Texas and watching what Elon does because he's got that complex near me. And I'm trying to transform it into a more, how do you say it, more feng shui, more Zen, more, uh, you know, peacefulness, more everything that contributes to being a great place. I took down the Small Home Village website to retool it. So I'm going to retool that website, which is about the property, and then reposition it. There's some I've got on wholetech.com, WHOLETECH.com. I've got an archive copy of the Small Home Village, but I changed web hosts, so I'm going from a $300 a month fee on my web hosting to $70 a month because I don't need that much power anymore. So I made that change also. And really lots going on in Central Texas. I need to head on down there pretty soon.
Wait, that's
Well,
amazing, Paul. Sounds like you're very technical. Can you share that URL again? Is it holdtech.com?
Whole Tech, WHOLETECH.com. Yeah. Like Whole Foods, but Whole Tech.
Whole Tech is also originally from Austin, just like Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Like,
I knew John Mackey when he started Whole Foods. So when he registered he got the Whole Foods name around the same time I got the Whole Tech name. I think he was a little more successful than I was.
just a little more. You should sell that to Amazon as well.
No, they wouldn't want it. I don't think. Yeah, if they want it, do they want to give me a
Awesome.
lot of money? Sure.
Yeah. What's up, Andy? What's new?
Um, This week I'm just busy doing tax because my tax is due next October 15th. So I'm just busy doing tax this week. So all kind of stuff going on.
Like 7 days, in
Yeah,
7 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have also a client that also need to do tax by then, but her document is not ready yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Because it's
last
the
minute.
last chance to close out 2023. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I hope you got a nice deduction. We just also found out, talking about tax, we also found out that for 2021 we can do a cost seg and probably can get like 35K back from that. Thanks to thanks to our partner in tax. Yeah, she just look at all like the 3 years tax return, and then she's like, "You guys want to get tax back for 2021?" And we were like, "Money? Yeah, sure."
That's great. For me, it's not about deduction. Because I run a co-op, and so I can get as much deductions I need. I think it's about generating income.
Well,
I
that is
want to
the income.
generate more money so that way, because I'm not afraid of the deductions. I mean, I can do cost seg on some of my property. I don't do it because I need more income, or else it doesn't really work. You can have all the deduction in the world, but you still need more income to deduct against it.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
need to pay tax to be able to
Mm.
uh like if you're not paying tax at the first place, then there's nothing to deduct into, right?
Yeah. 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 Mm.
Yeah. Luckily, like 2021, we have Sasha paying tax for the whole year, and we can get some of that back. Yeah. Brandon, what's going on? Did you get that clients that I introduced to you?
Yeah, I spoke to her yesterday. So she was had a lot of questions, and she probably isn't gonna make a change till her tenant moves out in the spring, but it's good to start the conversation with her. So
Okay,
yeah, thanks for that.
no problem. Yeah, just I saw that Jasun is on here. Jasun, are you busy? Are you on here with us? Anything news?
Nothing much. Just keeping it going, steady Freddy. Did get a chance to underwrite a couple more. And in fact, Brandon, if you're interested, I did find something for you to look at in the Austin area.
Oh, cool. We can do a little underwriting session on it.
All right.
Jason, did you said you found a an apartment in Austin?
Yep. It's a 32 unit apartment going for about 3.5 million.
Interesting.
Not
Can I
bad.
join in with Brandon and you to look at it?
Sure.
Awesome. Mm.
Oh, I thought maybe we were gonna do it here. If
Well,
Sophie wants
please include us.
to.
Okay. Not a problem.
What part of town is it in?
Give me 1 second, I can get that for you.
Jason, good job on the podcast.
Oh, you listened to it. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, listen to it. Good job. Very like the thing that I admire about Jason is like extreme consistency. He has like 92 episodes out already. I think like even before you start in Brassam Rock, right? You're already like producing these 20 minutes each, 15, 20 minutes podcast.
Yeah, that's about right.
What's the name of the podcast?
It's called the Lubari Real Estate Podcast.
Lubari?
Yep, that's my middle name, Loubarri.
And that's seriously amazing because, you know, like um, you have to get disciplined to do that. Like, I mean, you're very disciplined. You're in the army. Uh, I need a little bit of that.
Hey, all you gotta do is one foot in front of the other. That's it. That's how you be consistent.
It's amazing.
Sophie, can you allow me to share my screen, please?
Sure. You can share now.
And here we go. All right, this is the Elms, and it's in Lockhart, Texas. I
Oh.
hope that answered your question.
I see Lockhart. Yeah.
All right, 32 units built in 1970, 4 buildings, 2 stories each. Just a little overview of it. You can see they did a pretty good job maintaining and even like upgrading the units. So, and from the information I got from the broker, this is owned by a husband and wife, and they're motivated to sell it. They just want to change the lifestyle and not have to deal with it anymore. They are self-managing and they are market sellers.
What is market seller means?
Market seller means that they are willing to negotiate the price.
Okay. They just gonna take whatever the market offer them, and not like, oh, I changed my mind, I'm not gonna sell, right?
Not exactly. So they're willing to accept lower offers is kind of what that means when you ask if they're a market seller or not.
Mm-hmm. Um, did you okay, that's right. Like this is like a little less than 100K per unit, right? Mm,
Yes.
yeah. I'm curious, just aside, I'm curious whether you see the Aspen Village, Lutbit.
The Aspen Village in Lubbock.
Yeah. Do you look into that?
I will have to check.
Yeah, I was looking into that. It's in the second tier market, and it's like surprisingly reasonable price at 42K per unit in Lutbit. It's like it's priced as less than 3 million, and then you have 70 unit. But let's focus
Let's
on this first.
Okay. All right, so yeah, it's pretty even. So they've got 1 bedroom, 1 bath. They also got 2 1s and 3 1s. So it's mostly the 2 1s.
Wait,
Average.
average square feet should be 500 instead of 50, right?
Say again?
One bed, one bath. I think they have a
Yes.
typo.
Nope, they only have one of those. Or what were you looking at specifically?
Average square feet of that one unit is have to be 500
Oh,
square feet.
yeah. Yeah, it's not 50.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Mm.
Unless you live in a box.
I think a box has more space than that.
Yeah,
Typical number for New York City.
typo. Yeah, but the rent doesn't look bad. Yeah.
Not bad at all. And then you can be you can be pretty conservative with the rent growth as well, just 3%. So just $25 increases or 25 to $30 increases, and you can do pretty well with this one. And then we have all of our financials here, all the good stuff. And they kind of separate it out. But anything specific anyone would like to look at as far as the OM goes?
What is the occupancy rate? I think I missed that.
97%.
Okay. And
Jason, sorry, Sophie,
Yes.
go on.
are they metered separately?
Let me check.
And then the plumbing also. There should be a place, yeah.
That's going to be a question for the broker. They don't have that information listed on this OM.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Andy.
I wanted to ask Jason that Jason, when you underwrite these things, you look at the property, okay, all the financial and then occupancy and size and potential pro forma rent and stuff. That's one. So those, that I understand how to do, but how do you look into beyond the property? Kind of like, is it in a good neighborhood? Is it in a growth area? Is there any development? Those data, I'm not sure how to grab. Basically, you can have a decent apartment, but if it in a bad location, is that still a good thing to do? I'm talking about how do I vet beyond the property, or how do you vet beyond the property?
Okay. How do you vet beyond the property? I would say that is all market research. So you can look if you have someone or you yourself have access to CoStar. CoStar can give you entire market reports on any market in the continental US. All right. And then you can also go to like citytrends.com and those other local websites that'll give you more insight as far as how the markets are performing and how they're expected to perform in the next coming years and how they have performed historically as well.
Okay, and so let's say for this example, this Lockhart, how when you look at the market, I mean the trend for the area, what exactly do you look for? Population, income of people, city development. What exactly are you looking for?
So the main drivers that you're going to look for are the job market, right? So you're going to be looking at the major employers in the area, who's there, who's going to be there for a long term. Is it stable? Is it just one major employer, or are there multiple different major employers so that if one leaves, then the entire market doesn't collapse? You also want to look at who's moving in and who's moving out, the demographics. Are they more white collar? Are they more blue collar? Like what kind of tenants should you be expecting to deal with? You also want to look at crime rates. And I mean, there's a lot, but dig deep into it.
Hmm.
Figure out exactly what's going on in the market.
Okay, so um, Lockhart, Lockhart is southeast Austin. Um, South Austin is growing. New Kyle, New Bronxford, San Marcos is growing. But Lockhart is like a little town nearby. And in Lockhart, Lockhart's city government has been talking about, oh, we're gonna bring in like a big semiconductor company, like I can't remember, like Micron or something. Or Lockhart claimed that they almost wanted to have Samsung there one time. But then again, the city wants a lot, but it's such a small little town, and they never got any big company to move in. But they still say they want to. Like every year they're trying to attract new people. Um, I mean, I like this deal. It's only 3 million. The 5 or 6 of us on here, we can work together. I can be boots on the ground. I mean, Brandon's nearby. He, me, and even Paul can drive over there and look at it. But I'm thinking it's cheap. We can do it, but I'm worried about the location. I mean, Lockhart being near South Austin, um, before Lockhart grow, I would think Kyle or San Marcos or New Brunswick would go first because it's the path, the growth of path right there. Hmm. But I would still look at this. I mean, I would still drive there if you guys want me to take a do a walkthrough of it. Yeah.
If you want to do it, you absolutely can. The broker is doing showings and doing tours this week and next week. And the call for offers is going to be the 18th of October.
Got it. Okay. But according to you, the underwriting would work.
Yeah, the underwriting is good. So like even being conservative, so we're expecting about a 3% rent growth per year. And let's see, 3% increases on rent, 2% increase in other income, and 3% increase in expenses per year. All right. So the good thing about this property is it's historically shown to be about between 5 and 3% economically vacant, which is good. So that means that most of your tenants are paying their rent, and this is probably going to be maybe, if any, just one unit that's going to be vacant and for a short period of time while owning this property. So with that being said, I still underwrite conservatively. So even though it's shown historically to do better, I bumped it bumped it up to 7% from 10% because 10% was a little high with this one. So I use 7%, and that's going to give you 8% cash flow and a 1.8 return. So with this property, you get your investors, they give you $1, you give them $1.86 back.
Jason, in your underwriting for expenses, what did you
Yes.
have? What did you have for property management?
So I went based off what they had on their T12
Mm-hmm.
in their pro forma. So since they don't have a professional manager, this is what they've been paying themselves.
Okay, but you made it about 5% because it's a smaller size property.
Yes, that's correct. Well, that's an increase, and they should, depending on what property management the buyer chooses to come in with, then it could still be around 3%, but you can never go wrong being conservative.
Cool.
So-
What's the next step, Andy? Do you want to walk it, or Jason, do you want Andy to walk it?
Andy, if you want to walk it, I say go ahead. I can give you the broker's information, and you can give them a call and schedule a tour. And then if it feels good, if you like the property, then we can move forward. But as far as if we're going to be serious about getting this one, we need to get all the ducks in a row, and we can probably slip in there at a purchase price of 3 million instead of 3.5, because the owners are trying to get rid of this property. And the key thing about making a deal is we want to create a win-win situation. So we want to create a positive situation for our investors and also give us, a room for mistakes and like a buffer zone, if you will. But then also we want to make sure that they're getting fairly compensated for their hard work in owning this asset as well.
Jason, have you spoken to the broker?
Yes, I spoke to him yesterday.
Okay. And do you, I mean, there's some motivation, but how much motivation from the seller side?
They're going to sell this property. There is no backing out. They're an older couple and they want to have the freedom to, enjoy the rest of their lives. So they're getting rid of this asset as soon as they can for, as long as it makes sense, pretty much.
Or how's the competition? I mean, how many people are looking at this deal according to
Well,
the broker?
the broker's never gonna tell you
No, tell you that.
exactly how the competition is, but he said that they're willing to entertain all offers. So
Okay.
that means that there isn't going to be too much competition.
Okay. And this seller finance, is that out of the way?
No, there's going to be no seller financing. You're going to have to come to this one with new financing.
And 5.45 from the broker, 5.45% is from the broker's loan guy.
Yes, give me
Okay.
1 second.
That's not bad. 5.45.
No, that's also on the low end. So it could go up to 5.9 as well.
Interest only or interest? Oh, it's DSCR and interest only periods up to full term.
Now that is beautiful.
What exactly does that mean?
That means that we will only be paying the interest on the loan and not the principal.
For the entire 30 years?
Not for the entire 30 years, for the entire term. So if we were to secure a 10-year term, then we would not have to
Interest
pay interest, excuse me, we would not have to pay principal at all. And then if we have a 5-year business plan, then it makes it easier for for the next buyer. It'll make it more attractive if we choose to sell it, because now we can sell it as an assumable loan and the next buyer would have 5 years of interest only. So then they basically could assume the loan and then not have to pay interest either. So then that's just more cash flow.
Nice. Nice. And is this a 20% down? So at 3 million, we 10% is 300K, so we have to come up with 600K. 20%.
So all in, we're looking at 1.1 million. And that's because we also want to have a CapEx budget. So that's going to be, I think I did, yeah, 4,000 per unit.
Okay.
I guess I'm curious. So on the smaller side property like this, where you're all in at 1.2, let's say, at what point does it make sense to syndicate versus JV a deal like this?
I would say that's dependent on your business plan. If you're able to, raise the money yourself or come out of pocket for it, then go for it. And then that's all you have to do is get the loan, and then you can JV with however many people you have. And then also you won't have to deal with the SEC. But if you're going to syndicate it, I mean, you just got to raise the money. I think 506B would do fine with this one because the raise is, I mean, like less than 1.25.
Right. I mean, I guess you could raise it, but still JV. I'm assuming, right? If you do the fund.
If you syndication, that's another, it's a syndication. But even in syndication, there's still JV among the GP, right? So like JV just means that people need to do the work as well. And syndication means that there's people that not necessarily have to do the work. They still can be benefit from just investing the money. Cool. Let me show you guys the this property that I'm looking at in Ludbed. Share my screen. So this is Aspen Village. This on the box last month, so I don't know whether it's sold or not, but maybe it's worth like following up. And the price, like 70 unit, is under 3 million. It's pretty cheap. But the problem is it's just 76% occupancy rate here. So it's low occupancy rate. But from my experience of buying a six-flat in Oklahoma, I was buying at 30K per unit. And the rent was like 450 or something. So here the rent is like 600 something per unit. But for one bed, one bath, it's almost like you cannot go lower than that. So, but also it looks solid to me because the roof is like pitch metal. And they have a low tax rate. So, and the HVAC is also individual unit, and not like chillers and stuff. Still plumbing is half cast iron, and PVC. But it's pretty enticing because of, the scale, more than 70 and more than 60 unit, plus like they have a pool. Looks like compared to other property, they are priced as a lower. For example, they have 700 square feet for one bed, one bath, but they just rent it out at 675. So there's like deep value add to increase the rent. And other property nearby, like even smaller than that, can rent for 750 already. And I see the picture, they don't have like stainless steel, they still have cabinet and all that, like seem like some cosmetic thing to be done. But I'm not sure like about the 20 something percent occupancy rate. Maybe something happened there that need a little bit of investigation. But the price at the price that is hard to lose, I guess. So it should bring up to all of us like attention here that there's deals like this out there.
What's the EBITDA on this one?
Hmm?
What's the EBITDA on this one?
You mean the NOI?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the NOI, here they have the NOI right now that they don't make money. But if you push to the pro forma that they projecting right now, that you fill up the vacancy, then
Well,
the total rent will go up.
well, they're not making money because their payroll is 102,000 for a small little or 70 unit.
Yeah, 70 unit. I think it's just because they have a lot of vacancy. They didn't take care of this. The
Yeah,
the
probably
vacancies.
property management company issue. But it's worth underwriting, I think. Just at least
It's
based on
worth
this,
look
it's worth
into. Worth
yeah,
talking to the broker. So
broker. Yeah.
next time we see these deals like this, we kind of know what's happening.
So if you look at the expense, it's really high, 300 grand, and mostly because of water, sewage, repair. That's 100 grand, 55 grand repair, and sewage is another 51. Oh, high expenses, 300 grand.
Yeah, 1965 property. But if that, I mean, you could look at it that way, you can see, but potentially that means that's already CapEx that's been paid for.
Yeah,
So yeah,
probably a lot of capex. Um, yeah,
Jason, that
they do the unit upgrade program 10K per unit
Hmm.
and increase 124 premium.
sorry, quick question for Jason. The property we looked at before, what year was it?
That was 1970, I believe.
Okay, thanks.
I do have some questions for this one though. Do we know how long it's been on the market?
It's like listed almost a month ago.
Okay. Well, just
Yeah,
by their upgrade schedule, it looks like all of the units are classic, which is why they're not able to charge market rent.
yeah,
So
they
that
old.
makes sense. So there is a lot of value add opportunity with this one. However, just keep in mind with this one is that you're not going to be able to accomplish all of that in a year. So that pro forma is a bit aggressive. So realistically, even with a great property manager, you're most likely going to be able to update, I mean, about three three units per month.
3 unit per month? That's too
Yeah.
low. What?
It takes time. Since there is a high vacancy rate, you can probably get more done.
Yeah,
And,
that's what I
and
thought. Like the one that vacant.
yeah, so you can definitely go after those first. But then after that, you're most likely gonna have to wait until you start turning units to actually go in and then like renovate those units because it doesn't make sense to renovate a unit while a tenant is under lease and you can't charge them that rent premium until their lease ends.
Yeah.
What about what about um renovate the vacant one and move other tenant to the new one? Move
There,
them over and renovate their unit.
Yeah, people do that. They incentivize the tenants to take a look at the new renovated unit and, have them move. And
yes, however, like there that would only be beneficial if you're gonna like break their lease and then give them a new lease. Because other than that, you're losing money even though the unit has been upgraded, they're still not going to be paying for that rent premium. So that's money that you're not getting back yet.
oh no, they gotta have to pay more if they want to move to a new unit. If they don't, there's no incentive for us to do so, right? Like we'd rather go out and get new tenants.
Exactly. So, you know, either way though, there's always more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
There's
interesting.
looking at the I'm looking at the competition on Zillow.
Uh-huh.
And it's a really interesting area because there's this quadrant around the highway junction, and this property is in the lower south west quadrant where there's
Hmm.
literally no rental listings, but all three other quadrants have like a lot of houses for rent in nearby neighborhoods. So you would be competing potentially with quite a different skew mix of rentals. There's a multifamily down the same street with 20 units, and then there are just like maybe ballparking like 30, 40 rentals houses in just a half mile to mile radius.
Interesting.
Yeah, Brendan, maybe another way to look at it is, Sophie, if you can go back to the OM for a sec. Yeah, you can see the median income for 1
Mm.
mile radius is way lower than 3,
Mm.
right? It's significantly lower. So that says that that particular area is quite poor. So you can't push, like the comps that you see from 3 miles away are probably not very realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get these come like, you know, number 2, 3, 4, 5, like around this area.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So quite near. But some of some of these getting better rents. Should this one, I think like the smaller unit, like the 36 unit that self-managed by someone, got lower rent.
Mm-hmm.
But the others that like 124 units, a little bit more update, I think, or like 168 unit, 150 unit, they all have higher rent.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a somewhat of a red flag that they're 76% occupied when their competitors are 90 plus, and the price points are all very similar.
Yeah, yeah. We don't know what happened here. We don't know what happened here. Like even this one is like 98% occupancy
Yeah.
rate. Yeah. So we don't know what happened. There's a thing that happened if some occupancy rate drop lower than 80. It's like quite alarming. If it drop like less than 85, I think all the owners should concern already. And this one like dropped to 76, which is really bad.
Could even be something like a fire too. So I don't think we're gonna find out. We need to talk to the broker here. So next step here is talk to broker,
Yeah,
reach out to the broker, do underwriting. After that,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They don't say anything about like some unit down or anything. So that's we don't know. So if we talk to them, we might know. But this is like all the units are really classic. So that's why they do 70 unit and 10K per unit.
Is there any Section 8 data in these OMs, like on the multifamily units? Like, are there Section 8 renters?
You can ask, I think you can ask. Yeah, you can ask and you can see the rent roll, the rent roll. On the rent roll, you will know whether there's Section 8 or not. But anyway, just need to talk to the broker. Maybe it's gone already. We don't know. But it's just another group inside Marcus Millie Chat.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool, guys. I think we have more work going forward.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait till the next meeting and then I'll do my presentation on the property I'm selling.
All right. So Paul is ready to sell one of his property.
That's great, Paul. Let's do it. Absolutely next week.
Yeah, we'll do it. When's the next one? Same day, same time next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
All right, I'm excited.
Maybe Sophie, do you have any time at all to kind of do a preview so you can check to see if I've got the right format for this group?
Well, you can create your own slides and stuff, Paul, and then I'll take a look at it, and then we see whether we can like save some time for that.
Yeah, do you have a like a template or something that I can use to generate the kind of data that you guys need to look at?
Hmm. Uh,
I don't think so, Paul. We're
don't think
just probably
so.
gonna be interested mostly in the T12 and an overview of the
Yeah.
Okay,
property.
well, okay. So basically what I've got is I've got a ton of photographs and then I have FreshBooks reports. That's what I have.
You can create a T12 rent roll. You can create a profit and loss. And when you look at the profit and loss, you kind of know, how much money this property is making. But also you can also ask a realtor or a friend who's a realtor can pull the data around your area to see properties like yours, how much they were sold for.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have a realtor in Bastrop that's supposedly looking at investors and I haven't heard from them though. This was like 3 months ago and I haven't heard anything from them, since they said they were interested and motivated, but I'll put something together. I'll do whatever I can.
Sounds great. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, folks, that's a wrap.
Wait, Jason, since the apartment in Lubbock is not that far from me, maybe a 30-40 minute drive, maybe I'll drive that just to make sure that we don't that we do due diligence on it. Can you send me those info?
I
Um,
sure can. In
yeah.
fact, let me put the broker's number in
Mm.
the chat for you.
So what happened is the one in Lubbock, the fact that it's 93K a unit is high compared to the one in Lubbock where it's like 43K. So it's like almost double the price per unit. But the one in Lubbock seems more stable, seems like
Aspen. Yep.
occupancy is higher. And so maybe we should maybe I should take maybe someone well, maybe I should walk it, make sure that we don't just ignore projects. Yeah. And Brandon, since you're not far from me, do you want to go together? If I get the broker to let us walk, you want to walk with me on that one just to get some experience on it?
Yeah, let me know what time. Don't schedule around me because I don't know my calendar will be like, but if I have a gap in my calendar and I can attend, I will.
Okay. Okay. Are you South Austin or North Austin?
I live in South Austin. And then the
Okay.
office that I come into like once or twice a week is in Barton Springs.
Okay. 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 Cool. Yeah. Okay. Lubbock is not far from South Austin. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
my house is on the south edge of 78748 by South Park Meadows. You know where that is?
Oh yeah. 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 You're
That's,
not 35.
yeah, that's where
You're just not very okay. You're not far from Lockhart. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Cool.
cool.
Uh, Jason, did you put it on the chat? So maybe, okay.
Yes, I did.
That's the broker.
Yep, Patrick Strake.
Okay.
Or
And you mentioned that they want to do a call for offer, like in a few weeks or something?
Yep, the call for offers is
18.
18,000.
Okay. It's the M's apartment in Lockhart. Okay, got it. Patrick.
Oh, did I put Lubbock on there?
It's okay. Doesn't matter.
Yep,
Patrick.
Lockhart.
Okay. Okay. I'll contact him and see how far offer is on the 18th. Wow. That gives us 10 days. Okay. Yeah, but it is like 93,000 per unit though. So, okay.
Awesome, guys. That's conclude the call. And I hope to see you guys next week for and Paul's presentation. I'm probably gonna ask Bob to do the presentation on the credit churning and do that too and make it like a little bit private. Yeah. So that should be a plan for next week, and excited for keep looking at deals, and hopefully we get some deals, tackle that before next year. All right, everyone,
Bye, y'all.
have a good week.
All right. Have a good week, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.